No team in the history of major professional football has ever won 3 consecutive championships. This is the problem facing the 2-time champion Buffalo Bills as they prepare for the 1966 season. This is Joe Collier, the youngest head coach in professional football. It's his job to try and lead the Buffalo Bills to an unprecedented 3rd consecutive title. This is the story of that 1966 season, and it all starts with Joe Collier.
Taking over a championship club like the Bills is a tremendous challenge. I feel fortunate in that I know the players from having been associated with them as an assistant coach. Sure, we have a problem in that no team has ever won 3 consecutive titles either in the AFL or NFL. We'll need a big year from Bobby Burnett, our rookie running back. Our wide receivers, Albert DeBinion and Glenn Bass, will have to regain their form of 1964. They missed almost a complete year with leg injuries. Several of our all-star players like Tom Sestak and Butch Bird will have to have outstanding years. And of course, Jack Kemp, our starting quarterback, will have to overcome the arm problem that has plagued him throughout training camp.
The Bills open the new season on the West Coast against the team they shut out for the 1965 championship, the San Diego Chargers. But it's not the same powerful, well-balanced Buffalo 11. Jack Kemp has not overcome his arm problems, described as a tennis elbow, and is in constant pain every time he throws the ball. The Charger defense is aware of Kemp's inability to throw at full strength and is keyed for the upset. The game quarterback keeps trying, but can complete only 9 passes all day. Speedy Albert DeBinion runs a deep pattern, only to have Kemp underthrow him, and another drive is halted. The Bills did score late in the game, but the young season's first upset is history, 27-7. The home opener highlights the classic battle between the 2 best teams in the AFL. But against Kansas City, Jack Kemp's throwing arm is no better than it was at San Diego. However, number 15 tries a different approach, scrambling. The 10-year veteran from Occidental College is quite proficient, twisting away from enemy tacklers and picking up yards. But on this day, the Chiefs held their mistakes to a minimum and played near-perfect football. Buffalo fans are also witnessing the maturing of Bobby Burnett, a 23-year-old halfback from Arkansas who goes on to win Rookie of the Year honors in the AFL. This game marks the first head-to-head meeting of the league's 2 top first-year men, Burnett and Heisman Trophy winner Mike Garrett. The KC speedster writes his first professional headlines with this 79-yard punt return. The Bills have given up 40 or more points only 4 times in AFL history. This game is the 3rd time Kansas City has done it. Jack Kemp and backup thrower Darryl LaMonica can complete only 11 passes in this encounter, so the Bills try other methods to score. Andy Edwardkowski gathers in a KC punt on his own 27, and the Notre Dame graduate, considered one of the most versatile players in pro football, speeds 73 yards, setting a Buffalo punt return record. But it's too little too late, and the blue and white are still looking for their first 1966 victory. If the Bills are to recapture the look of a winning team to turn a disastrous start into a title drive, the turnabout must begin against the league's new club, the Miami Dolphins. Coach George Wilson has put together a well-rounded unit that lost its first 2 games by a total of only 14 points. Cornerback Butch Bird knows Miami rookie Rick Norton is noted for his passing and will be trying to beat the Buffalo secondary to pull an upset. Early in the first period, the former Kentucky All-America throws. Butch Bird leaps in front of the intended receiver, makes the steal, and tightropes down the far sideline 60 yards for the score. The Buffalo defense is still in the spotlight as linebacker Mike Stratton continues the welcoming party for Rick Norton. Stratton's whirling interception sets the Bills up on the Dolphins' 1-yard line. Bobby Burnett, who never fumbled in more than 230 carries as an Arkansas senior, is good for the 6-pointer, and the Bills are rolling toward their first victory. Once again, the Buffalo front four pressures Norton into throwing off target. Mike Stratton is there, and the all-pro linebacker, who was drafted as a tight end, shows his running style. As Bobby Burnett leaps over left tackle for the tally, Bill fans are thinking of Buffalo scoring records, and the men from the banks of Lake Erie keep the scoreboard flashing like a 4th of July celebration. Just one touchdown away from a new scoring record, Darryl LaMonica picks out Jack Spikes for the 18-yard aerial. The Bills' 58 points while setting a team mark is just 1 point shy of the league record and quite forcefully puts Buffalo in the winning column. Joe Collier's crew now needs a home victory over the established Houston Oilers to even their record and keep the comeback trip full of gas. The Bills are returning to form. Up front, Al B. Miller and Joe O'Donnell open the hole, and fullback Ray Carlton burst through for a touchdown. 17-year veteran George Blanda tries to bring the Oilers back, but the Buffalo secondary is again up to the task. Tom Yannick takes the aerial away from Charlie Hennigan to put the Bills in good field position. Although Collier has moved Ray Carlton back to his original position of fullback, the former Duke star still makes the clutch catch. Here's a perfect example of not only a clutch, but a juggling catch. Carlton watch the play again as all-pro tackle Stu Barber contains an Oiler tackler at the right of your screen. Burnett's slippery moves are easy to follow, but hard to stop. Leading 20-6 at the half, the Bills suffer a letdown as Blanda pegs the Oilers up and down the field. The two scoring tosses vault Houston into a tie with Buffalo, and the visitors are threatening to take the lead with less than a minute to play. The scene is set for the most exciting play of the season, and Haygood Clark is the man of the hour. Bills middle linebacker Harry Jacobs, number 64, explains the strategy.
It was our theory on defense to blitz, to not allow George to have enough time to throw the ball and perhaps even cause him to make a mistake. On the first play, I was lucky enough to get through and knock him back. On this play, Mike and John Tracy got through, causing George to throw quick. Haygood stepped in front of the tight end, Bob McLeod, and ran about 62 yards for a touchdown. Bob Talamini, all-pro guard from Houston, made a diving effort to get Haygood, but Haygood was able to keep his balance and go in for the touchdown, which caused us not only to come away from a possible loss or a tie to a wonderful victory.
27-20, and the Bills add a page of drama to their 1966 book. A return engagement with the high-scoring Kansas City Chiefs is next for Buffalo. Joe Collier knows this is a must game, and the quick scoring passes from Lenny Dawson, one to Otis Taylor and this one to Kurt McClinton, make it look like the AFL's top point producers are going to repeat their earlier rout of the Bills. But this offense gets a breather. The Bills' defense steals the show and the ball. Tom Yannick snaps this Dawson bullet right out of Otis Taylor's grasp. Ray Carlton puts the finishing touches on a 29-14 victory Joe Collier calls the pivotal game of the year, Buffalo's first win over a contending team. After a loss to Boston, the Bills return to War Memorial Stadium to try and reverse their opening day loss to San Diego. Every game is crucial now, and the defending champions need a strong effort from Ray Carlton, second in rushing in the AFL. Trailing by 2 touchdowns at the half, the Bills force a poor Charger punt. Ed Rutkowski takes it on the run, then leaps and battles to the San Diego 4. Now watch Buffalo's 1-2 punch at work. A fake to Carlton draws in the linebacker, giving Burnett a quick opening for the tally. Bobby Burnett's value to the team is explained by his veteran backfield partner, Ray Carlton.
Well, I think Bobby probably came around faster and absorbed more in a short period of time than any other rookie we've ever had here at Buffalo. Bobby's smart, and he has real good speed, and he can catch the football. Although he's not quite as strong as he will be someday, he's still a very slippery runner, and he has a knack for breaking tackles. If there was one point that you could say that helped our offense more over this year, I think it's Bobby. He just helped us tremendously.
After Burnett's clutch catch on the 1, Darryl LaMonica crash dives over to tie the Chargers. It looks like the Bills are unstoppable. Another drive carries to the San Diego 16, where with 6 seconds left, Ruth Lustig cries a 23-yard field goal that could win the game. The rookie from Connecticut University, leading the league in scoring at the time, is slightly wide to the right with his kick, and after a thrilling comeback, the Bills miss victory by inches and have to settle for a disappointing 17-17 tie. The New York Jets are in first place when they entertain Buffalo in the 62nd consecutive game that Bill linebackers Harry Jacobs, John Tracy, and Mike Stratton have started together, a modern pro record. For Buffalo, beating the Jets means stopping Joe Namath. Ron McDowell zeroes in his target and gives Little Joe the heave-ho. Let's watch that one again with Ron McDowell describing the play.
Jim Dunaway and I ran a exit, as we call it, and I was fortunate enough to get Joe Namath. In fact, the only time today we got him with the ball, even though we knocked him down many, many times.
Often unnoticed but never underrated is the importance of the offensive line. The Bills are proud to have outstanding blockers like number 77, Stu Barber, working on the Jets' Verlin Biggs. Tight end Paul Costa clears the path for a Burnett romp. Al B. Miller opens a hole for a Carlton Caravan. Joe O'Donnell contains his man, allowing Jack Kemp to fire to Albert DeBenion. The men up front are doing their job, and it helps Buffalo in this drive for the top spot. The Bills move well against the Jets and pressure Namath into throwing 5 interceptions. The longest run of the Buffalo season is this 95-yard kickoff return by Charlie Warner. The former track star at Prairie View A&M took one 102 yards against Boston last season for the club record. After a 33-23 victory over the Jets, Buffalo tangles with New York for the second time in 3 weeks. And again, the secret of grounding the Jets is containing Joe Namath, a task that takes all the brawn of Big Tom Day, plus a little psychological warfare.
I try to help by going to Namath after he's been hit or throw the ball, and I go up to Namath and say, "How you doing, buddy?" And he'll look at me, and he doesn't say anything unless it's almost at the end of the game, and he's having a bad game, and I say, "How's it going?" He say, "Bad day, Dave, bad day."
A rough afternoon for the million-dollar quarterback, but a superb game for the Bills' defense. They hold the Jets without a touchdown and make the big play. A quick breather for Sestak and company, while on offense, still number 72 tells what happens when New York's Jim Turner tries a 35-yard field goal.
Jim Dunaway who's a big tackle, 290 pounds, blasting through the line over top of the right guard, Herman, and blocking the field goal, picking it up, racing 70-some yards for a touchdown. He knows he's being escorted in for, I feel, the Bills trying to throw blocks for him, but Jim looked like he didn't need any blocks because he looked like a racehorse was tromping down the field. And as he goes into the end zone, you'll notice that he's hanging on that ball, and he's allowed not to give it up. He, of course, was awarded a game ball for his outstanding play, not just for this play, but for the whole ball game. And it was one of the biggest games of the season for us since we had to beat New York and eliminate them from the championship.
They called the 295-pound tackle Runaway Dunaway after that play, and Big Jim was duly proud. The Jets try to come back. 2 plays to score from Buffalo's 1-yard line. But the Bills' defense won't budge an inch. They hold the New York rushing game to just 60 yards gained in the 2 contests. The Bills have clipped the Jets' title hopes while giving a big boost to their own. Many of the Sunday wars start with a weekday trip on a United charter flight, as it does the other AFL clubs. This time is no different. United Airlines is taking the Bills on the road, where Buffalo will have to play 4 of its last 5 games. It's reported that road games truly separate the champions from the challengers in any sport, and this is particularly true in football. The Bills know the road won't be easy, but fellas like offensive guard Joe O'Donnell and defensive tackle Tom Sestak try to relax, enjoy a good meal, and not worry about the upcoming schedule. The first stop is Miami. The improved Dolphins have tasted victory twice since their first Buffalo game. But Jack Kemp and Bobby Burnett are in good form on this 16-yarder, and the visitors roll to a 29-0 win. The Bills' defense is superb, holding every Miami drive. Big Tom Day is again in the middle of the action as Buffalo completely dominates the league's new entry. The Bills' offensive machine invades Houston to roll up 508 total yards. Kemp pegs 53 to rookie Bobby Crockett, one of 2 Kemp touchdown aerials, and Buffalo romps to its 4th win in a row. Thanksgiving Day is bright and shiny in Oakland's new Coliseum, and the Bills continue to trample the opposition. Bobby Crockett again gathers in a Kemp toss, this time for 52 yards. The Bills have come back strong from their disastrous start. Joe Collier's club has lost only 1 of its last 9 games, and with a 31-10 triumph over Oakland, Buffalo needs 1 more road victory for the division crown. Standing squarely in the Bills' way are the surprising Boston Patriots. Buffalo has 1 loss to the Pats, and the visit to Beantown promises to be a long afternoon. The Bills' captain and 5-time All-Pro guard, Billy Shaw, fights off rugged Houston Antwine on this play, but the Patriots' stacked defense contains Buffalo most of the day. Both Bobby Burnett and Jack Kemp have to leave the game with injuries, and the penalty-stalled Bill attack can only produce 3 points. But the play that jolts the Bills early is a 65-yard blast by Jim Nance. Tom Day explains how Boston's All-Pro fullback beats the defense.
Our job is to penetrate the hole and close it up to stop him from getting through any hole at all. And actually, we stopped his momentum, but he bounced to the outside, and we couldn't hold on to him. And Harry Jacobs came across and grabbed him, and he couldn't hold on to him. And when he got into the secondary, I think the amazing thing about him was his speed. I don't think our backs realized how fast that Nance could really run.
This was a crucial score, but the league's player of the year didn't have an easy time the rest of the day.
Other than that run, I think we did a pretty good job on him. We held him to 44 yards in so many carries, and he carried the ball quite a bit.
The Battle of Boston is lost 14-3. But the Bills gain an opportunity to win the war when Joe Namath's Jets upset the Patriots the following Saturday. Now the Bills need only a decision over Denver to clinch the Eastern Division title. And the attention of football fans now swings to Joe Collier's pressure-tested passer Jack Kemp, who sometimes has to run. Jack, how do you feel about scrambling?
Well, basically, I don't believe in scrambling, but I do believe that today's game, demands that a quarterback be able at times to roll out of there and scramble in order to make up for a busted play.
What are your thoughts when the big 280-pound tackles and ends start their attack?
My first thought is to save my life and also to save the play if it works out. In this instance, luckily, I was able to get out from beneath those big guys and do both, save the play and what's more important, save my life.
Kemp now makes the scrambling pay off.
On this particular...
One of Kemp's weatherproof teammates relaxes while Ray Carlton shows why he's having his finest season. Cornerback Tom Yannick reads the play. Scampers in for the TD. Again this season, the Buffalo defense is tops in the league, allowing fewer points than any other club. Here comes the Bills' feared safety blitz. Number 26, George Sames, nails the Denver quarterback. Mike Stratton grabs the ball on the bounce and hustles in for another score. It's a great day for the Bills as the 38-21 triumph over the Broncos present Buffalo fans with their third straight Eastern Division championship and a chance to play Kansas City for the AFL crown. The avid Bill Rooters overflow with confidence as they predict a berth in pro football's first Super Bowl for their favorites. But the Chiefs are the
big plays, the dramatic moments, and the big stars of our 66 season, and you're familiar with such outstanding veterans as Stu Barber, Billy Shaw, Dick Hudson, Al B. Miller, and the likes of Kemp, Carlton, DeBinion, and Sestak. But let's take a quick look at boys like halfback Alan Smith. Cornerback Charlie King. Linebacker Mo Goodry. These and others figure to strengthen our veteran core in '67. Buffalo has won more games than any other team in pro football the last 3 years. It's now something of tradition, and we intend to see that this winning spirit and record continues this coming season.
M&T Bank, where you come first. Has presented these 1966 action highlights of the Buffalo Bills. M&T Bank, Manufacturers and Traders Trust Company, first with new ideas for you.